WNBA Rico. It looked like the WNBA Rico is back. Okay, Kathy Engelberg, you got some explaining to do. These referees have been exposed. They're all over the news. Y'all all over Fox News right now. WNBA refs wanted. Wanted. They're all over the news. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. It is always. We have got to get into this. Now we know the refs in the WNBA, complete jokes, Home Depot workers, Target workers, best.
The officiating crisis inside the WNBA has officially crossed the line from a frustrating post-game talking point into a full-blown national media scandal. If you have been paying any attention to the headlines over the last 48 hours, you have likely seen the phrase WNBA Rico completely taking over the internet. The identities of the referees who have continuously turned a blind eye to the nightly physical targeting of Caitlin Clark have finally been exposed, and their complete failure to protect the league's ultimate cash cow is now being broadcast directly to millions of viewers on major national news networks. We are no longer just talking about a few missed holding calls. We are witnessing what looks like a coordinated, systemic refusal to enforce basic player safety. You are locked into WNBA Watch, the undisputed authority on the raw, unfiltered truth behind the biggest storylines in women's basketball. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and let's dive directly into the absolute circus currently ripping the league's credibility to shreds. To truly comprehend the sheer magnitude of this officiating disaster, we have to look directly at the individuals holding the whistles. The spotlight is currently burning a hole through veteran officials like Gina Cross and Angelica Suffren. For months, fans have been compiling extensive, undeniable video evidence showing a severe, terrifying lack of foul calls whenever Clark is violently targeted on the floor. But the absolute craziest development to emerge from this investigative deep dive is a bizarre, highly controversial video allegedly showing Suffren in the referee locker room. Instead of reviewing game tape or focusing on the immense pressure of officiating a professional sports league, the official appears to be completely consumed by social media vanity and self-promotion. While we cannot definitively confirm the absolute context of the clip, it paints a horrifyingly accurate picture of a league that currently feels less like a premier professional athletic association and more like an unserious, drama-fueled reality television show. When the people entrusted to maintain the absolute integrity of the game seem more interested in their own personal branding than blowing the whistle on blatant physical hostility, the entire foundation of the sport is deeply compromised. And that undeniable lack of integrity has finally forced the mainstream media to step into the arena. Fox News just completely dismantled the WNBA's officiating crew on national television, broadcasting a brutal, frame-by-frame breakdown of the catastrophic sequence involving Alyssa Thomas. The news anchors didn't hold back, explicitly pointing out the horrifying details that the referees standing 3 feet away somehow completely missed. The national broadcast exposed the undeniable reality. Alyssa Thomas drove a knee directly into Clark's groin area, immediately followed by a targeted, forceful fist to the neck, and then aggressively stepped over her while she was on the hardwood. The most damning part of the entire sequence? The basketball was already completely gone. This was not a physical basketball play. This was a reckless, non-basketball act of pure physical intimidation. Yet, despite having a clear, unobstructed line of sight, the officials completely swallowed their whistles. When national news networks are dedicating entire segments
by customer service phone reps, okay? We know they are not legitimate referees. They do odd jobs. They paint houses. They fix plumbing, all types of stuff. They're not professional referees. These WNBA referees have been exposed. Their identities have been exposed. They're all over the news. They are wanted right now. We got to get into this, man. As pointed out before, here's the refs from the game that had it out for Caitlin Clark from college days. WNBA needs to investigate refs Gina Cross and Angelica Suffren.
to exposing your referees for allowing borderline assault on live television. Your league is in an absolute state of emergency. But if you thought the complete failure on the hardwood was the lowest point of this saga, the WNBA's official front office response managed to be even more insulting. After the viral outrage forced the league's hand, They finally reviewed the footage and retroactively handed Alyssa Thomas a flagrant 2 violation, a single game suspension, and a microscopic $1,000 fine. Let that completely sink in for a moment. The disciplinary action for recklessly targeting the neck of the single most valuable athlete in the history of the sport is a 1-game timeout and a fine that barely covers the cost of a premium courtside ticket. This pathetic, toothless slap on the wrist is not a punishment. It is an absolute green light. By issuing such a severely weak penalty, the WNBA front office is essentially telling every single enforcer, rival, and jealous veteran in the league that the absolute worst consequence for taking a dangerous cheap shot at Caitlin Clark is a minor inconvenience. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the league office is more terrified of upsetting the veteran locker rooms than they are of protecting the physical safety of the player who is actively paying their bills. And the deeply rooted, toxic culture validating this behavior extends far beyond the players themselves, bleeding directly into rival front offices and marketing departments. Immediately following the highly controversial game, the Phoenix Mercury's official social media team actually created and posted a meme openly mocking the entire physical altercation. While they frantically deleted the post shortly after realizing the massive wave of backlash heading their way, the internet is forever, and the damage was completely done. The fact that a professional organization's digital media team felt comfortable publicly celebrating and mocking the physical targeting of a rival superstar exposes a terrifying truth about the internal environment of the WNBA. The hostility, the jealousy, and the blatant disrespect aren't just isolated to a few bitter players on the court. It is a pervasive, systemic rot that has infected the culture of entire franchises. When rival teams are using your physical pain as meme material, the concept of growing the game together is an absolute, undeniable myth. What makes this entire situation so fundamentally insane is the staggering, undeniable financial reality that the league is actively risking. The analysts on national television laid out the raw, unarguable math, and the numbers are absolutely mind-blowing. Industry experts estimate that Caitlin Clark is individually responsible for driving a massive 25% of the WNBA's total organizational revenue this year. She is the undeniable, singular catalyst behind the monumental $2.2 billion television broadcasting deal the league just secured with NBC Sports. Without her explosive arrival, that historic financial windfall simply does not exist. And if the executives needed a terrifying glimpse into what a post-Clark world looks like, they only had to look at the catastrophic television ratings drop that occurred the absolute second she was forced to sit out with an injury. Viewership plummeted by more than 50% across the board. The WNBA is allowing its referees to completely ignore the safety of a player who is literally
Absolutely horrible people. Okay, so it looks like the identities of these refs have been exposed. Exposed. This is craziness. This is absolute craziness. Okay, now there was a really weird video I'm going to show you guys. I don't know. It's allegedly Angelica suffering. I don't know if this is legitimate or not, but I'm going to show it to you real quick. But this is crazy. Okay. Here it says, meet Angelica Suffering, the WNBA who had a direct line of sight to Caitlin Clark
holding the entire financial future of the league on her shoulders. It is a level of corporate self-sabotage that belongs in a business textbook under How to Destroy a Golden Era. To truly understand how completely unhinged this situation is, you simply have to compare the WNBA's jailhouse officiating to how every other major professional sports league operates. When a generational talent like Victor Wembanyama entered the NBA, the officials were immediately on high alert to ensure that opposing veterans couldn't use cheap, overly physical tactics to derail his career. The NBA understands that protecting their premium box office draws is essential for the long-term survival and growth of the business. Meanwhile, the WNBA seems perfectly content to let their most hyped newcomer absorb bruising, dangerous contact night after night without a single whistle in her favor. This isn't just a random occurrence. It is the culmination of a deeply ingrained, historical animosity. We have seen this exact brand of targeted aggression brewing since her college days, heavily magnified by intense, highly publicized rivalries with players like Angel Reese. The animosity has transitioned seamlessly from the collegiate ranks into the professional arenas, and the officials are entirely complicit in allowing it to fester. The veterans know exactly what they are doing, the referees know exactly what they are ignoring, and the entire league is collectively participating in the physical exhaustion of their biggest star. The absolute loudest and most terrifying part of this entire controversy is the deafening silence coming from the very top of the corporate ladder. Where in the world is Commissioner Kathy Engelbert? During the most explosive, highly publicized public relations nightmare the league has faced in decades, the person tasked with leading the organization has completely vanished into the shadows. We haven't heard a single strong, definitive statement from the commissioner's office condemning the physical targeting or demanding total accountability from the officiating crews. Engelbert's complete failure to step up to the podium, take control of the narrative, and publicly declare that player safety is a non-negotiable priority is a staggering display of executive weakness. Her absence is actively validating the chaos on the floor. The WNBA is officially standing at a massive historical crossroads. They have been handed the ultimate, golden opportunity to elevate women's sports to unprecedented global heights, backed by billions of dollars in television revenue and sold-out arenas across the country. But if they continue to allow their referees to operate like blind enablers, if they continue to issue pathetic, insulting punishments for dangerous cheap shots, and if their executive leadership continues to hide under a desk whenever the heat turns up, they are going to permanently alienate the massive new fan base that just arrived. The fans are watching, the national media is broadcasting the tape, and the patience of the basketball world is rapidly running out. I want to hear exactly what you guys think about this entire mess. Do the referees need to be immediately investigated? And should Kathy Engelbert be held directly accountable for this officiating disaster? Drop your absolute most honest thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay locked in on the truth, and I will see you all in the very next video.